Hey folks, how you doing? Durinde here, and going to be playing some Slay the Spire. This game currently in early access on Steam. And what's it about? It is a rogue-like deck builder. That's a bit of a mouthful, hey? Well, what happens is, you ascend, I guess, in the story, as you ascend the Spire, killing monsters along the way, visiting a variety of different types of rooms, random encounters and whatnot. You have a couple of different characters that you use. And the actions that you take during this adventure up the Spire, you're using a deck with all sorts of powers to help you along. Now, it is roguelike, and that means that starting off, at least, you're not expected to win. Roguelikes, you always are unlocking stuff. You always are coming up with new strategies, finding an optimal way to play. And sometimes, with roguelikes, the RNG just hates you, and you're not going to win anyway. So, I like playing roguelikes, though, because you have that replayability. It's always something that you can just kind of jump in, play a half hour, 45 minutes, and, you know, that's the end of your session. You're not married to it. That's what I like about those types of games. So anyway, enough chatting about the game. Let's check it out. Now, I did kind of want to do a fresh playthrough because I have unlocked a couple things, but I didn't see an option for resetting my profile, like taking things back to 0. So you will see a couple of things already unlocked. You know, if you like what you see, I mean, check out the game. It was fairly affordable on Steam, at least when I picked it up. And anyway, you can start from 0 yourself and work your way up. So let's play. So there are 3 characters that you can play. There is the Ironclad. The remaining soldier of the Ironclad sold his soul to harness demonic energies. He has this skill called Burning Blood, and that heals up 6 hit points at the end of combat. Very powerful. Apparently I still have 5 unlocks with this guy. I've also unlocked this guy, the Silent, or Lady actually, the Deadly Huntress from the Foglands. Eradicates foes with daggers and poisons. Got Ring of the Snake. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. It's more of a mage assassin type character. So both of these characters, I've done a playthrough with each of them, and they both play very, very differently. So I'm going to start off with the Ironclad, because that's the character you would be starting with if you just picked up the game. And also, when you start the game, you don't get this little thing, this whale type dude. I think if you defeat the first boss, he will give you a power up at the start of the game that you don't normally have. So I can transform a card, which means turning one card into another type of card. I could get a boon from him as 100 gold, useful for shops. I could get cursed, which will have some downsides, but get 250 gold. I'm going to try transforming a card. You start off with very, very basic cards. The idea with deck builders is that you start off with a limited selection of cards, and as the game progresses, you're going to gain more and more cards and get powers. And with a deck building game, sometimes the optimal strategy is to have a small deck of very powerful cards, so you're cycling through them quickly. So we'll see what we can do. Anyway, let's try transforming one of our defend cards, and let's see what it transforms. I've never done this actually, so this is going to be new to me. Let's hit confirm. So we transformed a block into an uppercut, and can't quite read what that is yet, so we'll check it out when we get into the game. So this is the first part of the Spire. We are starting down here, and you see, kind of like FTL, if you played FTL, there's a whole bunch of different branching paths we can take with different things we can encounter. These symbols are for enemies, and of course you have spots where you can rest, spots where there's treasure, spots where there's unknown things. So we'll be heading along. Alright, well, let's start on the right-hand side here. And we are facing off against a slaver. So, you're going to miss out on kind of the little tutorial thing because I'm not starting fresh. Every turn, your enemies will have a little icon over their heads, and that's going to actually tell you what the enemy intends to do. So right now, this enemy intends to attack me for 12 damage. Now, I can block some of that damage. See over here we have energy count. Each card requires a little bit of energy to play. So I'm going to try to use this 3 energy and my combination of cards here to try and... well, I don't have that many defend cards, so I can only block for 5. So that means 7 damage is going to get through. So I'm going to take that. I would probably normally drop another defend card, so I'd only be taking 2 damage, but I don't have one in my hand. That's kind of the other thing about deck building games. You are a slave to the random number generator. I'm going to use the skill called Bash. It does 8 damage, which is more than our standard strike. It also applies 2 vulnerable, which means this guy is 50% more vulnerable to damage from our normal attacks. So that's what we're going to do in this turn. So he's now vulnerable. His health has gone down. You can see his status down here. And you can see that we have the 5 block going on. So he's going to hit me for 12 right now, but 5 of that's going to be taken off because of our block, so I'm going to lose 7 health. Good thing is we regain 6 health at the end of combat, so maybe that won't be such a bad thing if I can prevent him from damaging me even more. Alright, so this guy intends to inflict a negative effect on me and attack me for 7 damage. Well, I can completely block that. Now here's where the strategy comes in. Well, I've already used 1 energy by dropping down a block card, so I could possibly take 2 damage and do an uppercut, which does a lot of damage to him. It applies the negative effect of weak, means that he deals less damage, and that may actually bring him down to 5, so I may completely block him. And also adds a vulnerable token to him, which means he will take more damage in the long run. So I'm actually going to give this guy an uppercut. Alright, so yeah, I weakened him. So his attack now is 5. It's going to match up with my 5 defense, which means I will not take any damage this turn. So I'm going to end this turn. So this is your discard deck. That shows how many cards you've used. This is your draw deck. And that shows how many cards you have left. We only have 10 cards right now, so it's going to be random from those 10 cards what we're going to be drawing. And of course, once your discard deck gets full, things go back into the draw pile, so there's a little bit of a strategy involved there. Alright, so he is looking to do 12 damage to me again. I think I'm going to drop down 2 defensive cards. I will take 2 more damage, and I'm going to do a strike on him. I'm only doing 4 damage. These things you normally do 6, but I have been weakened by him in the last turn, so I'm doing a little bit less damage than I'd like to. Alright, so took another 2 damage there. We will be, again, getting back some of our health at the start of the turn. So we only have 1 defense, so we will be taking some damage this turn. So I might as well drop the bash on him again. That will bring him down to just 8 health. And it's going to make him vulnerable, which will make him more susceptible to damage. So we'll do that. Our cards are going to recycle again. I'm hoping Bash will come up, because we know that does 8 damage. Or at least 2 strikes, so we can end this. So yeah, we have 2 strikes, so that does 9, because he was vulnerable. Alright, and this is our reward for winning. We got 14 gold. You start off the game with a little bit of gold, and we get to add a card to our deck. So, the cards you get to add are different every game, every time. So what am I going to take here? We have Sword Boomerang. Deals 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times, so that's a potential of 9 damage overall. Headbutt does 9 damage, and I can take a card from my discard pile to the top of the draw pile, which can create some interesting strategies. Also, Twin Strike deals 5 damage twice. I'm going to take Headbutt because I found a fairly decent combination of cards that work together with Headbutt. I'm not sure if that's actually going to work out for us in this particular game, because maybe those cards are not going to show up for us. Alright, so we have a choice between going somewhere where we know that there's an enemy or a unknown. So let's venture into the unknown. You find yourself in a room filled with racks of test tubes, beakers, flasks, forceps, pinch clamps, stirring rods, tongs, goggles, funnels, pipettes, cylinders, condensers, and even a rare spiral tube of glass. Why do you know the name of all these tools? Doesn't matter. You take a look around. Search. I get to find some potions. So I found 3 potions. I found an energy potion, which gives me 2 energy, an elixir card, and another energy potion. So those potions are kind of single use things that help you out in combat. I may save those for the boss whenever we reach them, if we reach them. Alright, so I have a choice of, well, I'm going to be taking 11 damage this turn, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Well, I have a choice between doing 9 damage and doing 6 damage, so let's do the 9, and let's do another 6, and let's do another 6. That's all we can do, because we're limited by what the cards we drop. So, I'm going to take 11 damage. That's kind of hurting me. He's got the potential to do another 7 for me. Now, if I do the bash, that should take him down to 5. Or not. No, it was the other thing. Darn it! I didn't mean to do that. So, yeah, we'll block. We're still going to end up taking 2. I was looking for that card that actually weakened him and not vulnerable. So that did not work out for us. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. He's only got 12 health. So, we can do 6. And he has 8 left. Okay. There we go. Now he's dead. We gain 6 health back. 18 gold back into our pockets. And we have our choice of cards again. Pummel, deal 2 damage 4 times. If you exhaust a card, that means you can't use it for the rest of combat. Hemokinesis, lose 3 health and deal 14 damage. 14 damage is a lot, but the loss of health is kind of worrisome. Or we could add a random attack card to our hand. That attack card will cost 0, but we won't be able to use Infernal Blade again for the rest of combat. I'm actually going to take that. I don't think I've had it so far. Alright, so we have another unknown. Unknowns can be good or bad, apparently, and the unknown this time was a shopkeeper. Shopkeeper lets us buy different things with our gold. So what do we have here? I like all the 0 cost cards because you get to play them. And there's also a card removal service. So if we want to kind of whittle down our deck and make things a little bit more efficient, then we would use that. We have Panache. Every time you play 5 cards in a turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. This is a power. That means it stays over the course of combat. You know what? Well, the odds of us... Well, we can't afford it in the first place. We only have 131 gold. So what can we afford? Second Wind. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand and gain 5 block for each. Could be good in a boss battle. Fire Breathing. At the end of your turn, for each attack played, deal 1 damage to all enemies. A little bit of extra damage there. Bandage up, heal 4, and you exhaust it. You know, being able to heal 4 extra virtually every combat, that is definitely worth it to me. We can't afford anything else, so we're just going to leave. And we're going to proceed to another unknown. So let's check that out. Among the stone and boulders, you notice a intricate large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its cracks. Maybe there's more inside. So we could pray. We remove a card from our deck, and we also lose 7 hit points. We could destroy it and gain a bit of gold. We could leave. I think I'm just going to leave. None of those things makes me feel good. And I would like to do things that make me feel good. What we're going to do now may not feel good. We're going to fight an elite. And elites can really, really mess up your day. You want to take them out ASAP if you can. Okay. What are we going to do? Might as well play this Infernal Blade since we got it right off the top. Deal 4 damage to all enemies. Heal 4 unblocked damage. Okay. Well, we'll drop that down and we'll gain a little bit of health anyway, so we're down to 2 out of 3 now. Headbutt deals 9 damage. This does 13, and also makes him weak and vulnerable, so I am definitely going to give him the old uppercut. And he is intending to use a buff at the end of this turn. I think this guy usually gives himself a strength upgrade. Remember? Roar. No, he gets enraged. So whenever we play a skill, he gains 2 strength, and whenever he gains strength, his attack power goes up. So I could... He's intending to do 14 damage to me right now. I could drop the 3 blocks. That would give me 15 blocking. But every time I did one of those, his attack will go up by 2. So this is where things get a little bit strategic. Alright, so I'm going to bash him. I'm going to try to eat this 14. May not be the best strategy right now, and I'm going to do a strike on him. I'm going to go with the theory the best defense is a good offense. So I'm going to try to do as much damage to him as possible as soon as I can. So we do have the bandage up, so I'm going to drop that down. It gives us 4 health back. And by doing that, I increased his attack power by 2 because he has this enrage thing. Well, all we can do now is just strike him, so we'll do that. He's down to 25 health. Might be a couple more turns before we can take him out. The question is, are we going to run out of health before that happens? We can do another uppercut or a bash. I'm going to do the uppercut because it's 13 damage. And I'm going to do a strike on him. That brings him down to 3 health. He's only going to be doing 6 to us this turn. It's better than what he was doing before. And this should end off the combat. Yeah, let's just do the old headbutt here. And we'll see what our reward is. We got 29 gold. Because he was an elite, he'll drop some more powerful things. So we got a molten egg. Upon pickup, choose and upgrade an attack. So that's another mechanic of this game. You can upgrade cards, so they'll do a little bit more damage or a little bit more defense. Let's see what we want to do. I like the idea of upgrading our uppercut. Already does 13 damage and applies those negative status effects. Still does 13 damage, but makes them even more weak and vulnerable. I like the idea of that. Alright. We're going to add a card to our deck. And I do like this Rampage card. Every time we play it, 8 damage. So in the course of a long combat, especially during something like a boss battle, we have the potential of doing 8, then 16 damage. It just keeps going up and up. So these guys, bit of a pain. You'll see why in a bit. I'm going to do the bandage up. Really glad I got that. And I'm going to do the uppercut right now. Going to make him a little bit weaker and more vulnerable. I know he's not attacking me this turn, so I can afford just to drop the headbutt on him. Now, here's where headbutt gets interesting. Drop that in. Now I get to grab a card from my discard pile. Actually, the card that was in my discard pile goes back to my drop pile, and you will see, or you should see, okay, he's doing his ritual. The ritual sucks because he gains... what is it? He gains 3 strength at the end of every turn, so we want to kill him quickly. So yeah, uppercut is back because we played that other card, and that moved that from the discard pile back to our drop pile. So I'm going to do an uppercut again, weaken him yet again, and he's down to 5 health. Play the Rampage card. We won't see its effect this combat, but it did the trick for us. I'm going to get rid of this elixir. I'm going to take this energy potion. Might be good for a boss battle. Blood for blood requires 4 energy. Costs 1 less for each time you lose. Deal 16 damage. 16 damage, pretty good. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Means I can't use them for the rest of the battle, though. Deal 16 damage. Battle Trance, draw 3 cards. You cannot draw any more cards this turn. That's fine with me. We have a choice between a shop or a monster. Well, we only have 72 gold, so I'm just going to go and face the monster. These guys can be a bit of a pain. So they're going to attack me for 15 total damage. These guys are going to try to weaken me. Let's do our Battle Trance, see what we can pick up. Well, let's grab a couple of those defenses so we won't lose so much health. Now, I should have actually played the uppercut because I could have taken out one of these guys. 6 damage for 6 damage. I'm going to play a Rampage card because if it comes up again, it has some potential to stack up very nicely for us. Alright, so they're going to do 5 damage to me, and these guys should actually weaken me, I think. Yeah, so we're weakened, so we're going to be doing a little bit less damage per turn For 2 turns, actually. We have the bandage up, which is good. Infernal Blade, might as well play it, see what comes up. Blood for blood, deal 12 damage. Well, we can take out one of these guys anyway. Might as well take out the guy with 12 health. Potential of 18 damage coming in. I'm not happy about that. Now, we do have enough to take out one of you, so we'll do that. And I will get Uppercut back in my hand, I think, next turn. So we're still going to lose 13 health this turn, which is not great. It's not looking great to face off against the first floor boss. Now, the furthest I've made it is the second floor boss, so I'm not sure how far the game goes beyond that. Might as well draw these 3 cards, see what we have. Potential 10 damage coming in. 9. That doesn't quite do it, so I'm actually going to drop a couple of defends, so we don't want to take any damage. And let's just do a strike on this guy with the hopes that we can take him out next turn. Okay, it's the enemy turn. They're going to attack me, and this guy's going to apply the weaken effect again, so that's going to last yet another turn. Might see, yeah, I was going to say we're probably going to see attack from everybody. Well, I can do the blood for blood thing and get rid of you altogether. And then I'm going to drop the Rampage card on this guy. And deal 6 damage, deal 6 damage. So this makes him more vulnerable, so I'm going to take that just so we can guarantee his death next turn. And I'm going to take Rampage. Or can I? Why can't I take Return? No, in turn. Never mind. Never mind. I wasn't sure what I was trying to do there. Another 8 damage, 32 out of 80, which is not great for this stage in the game. My best playthrough, actually, was the first time I played it. Like I said, I got to the second floor boss. If I could spit it out. Feel no pain whenever a card is exhausted. You get 4 blockets of power, so it lasts over the course of combat. I'm not doing very much with exhaust, though. I could have another one of these battle trances, and that kind of gives us some options with cards. So we have a choice between a treasure and a treasure. Just taking a look at the wider path here. There's a rest spot if I go this way, and we could use a rest and get back some of our health. So we picked up a sundial. Every time you shuffle, I gain a little bit of extra energy. That is pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to go to this campfire. We have a choice between smithing, which is upgrading a card, or resting. I have to rest. Our health is not doing that great right now. So that's my strategic choice. And we'll go face off against the next enemy, or enemies. Spore Cloud, and Death applies vulnerable to you for 4 turns. Okay, well, we'll drop down our bandage. And let's see what our Battle Trance gives us for potential draws here. Uppercut does 13, makes them weaker. I'm going to drop that on that guy. Potential 6 damage coming in. It's going to be less if he's been weakened. And then I'm going to do the headbutt. And I'm actually going to take Uppercut back, because I think that could be useful next turn. Since I managed to kill that guy in a single turn. He's doing Grow, which means his strength went up, so his potential for damage is probably pretty good. He's going to be doing 13. Unless I do the old Uppercut on him. Probably brings him down to 10. And he is vulnerable now. I am actually going to block some of that damage. And I should be able to finish him off next turn, I'm hoping. Alright, vulnerable wears off. So there's 9 damage right there, and he is KO'd. Gain a little bit of health back. Another energy potion, but I don't have any room for it. What am I going to pick here? I like the idea of doing a whole bunch of damage to a whole bunch of enemies. Alright, another campfire. Now, I could get all of my health back, but I'm going to try to upgrade one of my cards, I think. We've been using Headbutt a lot. What does the upgrade do? It does 12 damage now. Okay, like the idea of that, so we'll upgrade that card. And let's head off to our next fight. Got these guys. Not much health, but when they take damage, they get a little bit of defensive power. All right, so 11. So we have the potential to take one of these out this turn. This does 13. You're doing the most damage, so we will just kill you. All right, random attack. Or I could do a single strike. I'm going to do the Infernal Blade, and hopefully something great will come up. This does 7 damage to all enemies. They got a little bit of block, but that's not going to matter. I could draw another 3 cards, but we don't have any energy to use any of those cards that we would draw, so there's no point. Going to take a little bit of damage here, but if that's all we take, we will get that back at the end of combat. This guy's planning to do 10 to us. I can do a cleave and just end the combat. That works for me. We got a poison potion. Apply 6 potion. I like the idea of that. I'm going to discard that and take one of those. Might be good for a boss battle. Gain energy but lose hit points. Deal 2 damage 4 times. Exhaust. Pervious. Gain 30 block. 30 block might be good for a boss battle as well. I could try to take on an elite. Doing that right before a boss battle, though. Do I want to do that? There is a campfire, or a rest spot right after. I don't think. Let's go for the unknown. Perhaps something good will come out of the unknown. Nope, it's just an enemy. Okay. Well, might as well see what cards we can draw here. Battle Trance, Battle Trance. Let's do the uppercut. And probably the headbutt after that. So we can pick up the uppercut again. See how things synergize? That's what you got to keep in mind when you're building your deck. He's going to lick me and weaken me. Now, when this guy gets to half health, he's going to split into 2 smaller monsters. So this does 13, so that should take him under half health. Actually, 68. What's half of 68? 34. This will bring him under half health as well. Alright, so you saw he was going to do 12 damage to me that turn. Well, I just prevented that by attacking him. I'm going to play this. It's not going to make any difference, but if Rampage comes up again, then it's going to be doing more damage, which will work out for us. Okay, so 2 monsters now, 16 and 16. They're going to try to lick me for negative effects. It's a sentence that I'd never say. Alright, might as well do a cleave. That brings them down to 9 out of 16. 8. Well, that guarantees this guy will die next turn. Yeah, so they're going to weaken me. I might be able to end combat. Not 100% sure. Oh, frail. So our block doesn't work so well. Okay. And actually, they are not attacking, which is great for us. So I'm just going to do another cleave here. And I'm going to end off the combat with a bash. Alright. 77 out of 80 for health. What's a regen potion do? It heals us. I'm going to add a card to our deck. Not going to take it. At the end of your turn, lose a health, but deal 4 damage to all enemies. Is an attack, deal 14 damage. Doesn't happen very often where all our cards are an attack. Another headbutt card, though. We'll take that. And we'll hit up one of these arrest spots. Health is pretty much full, so we're going to go smith a card right now. Alright. Battle Trance. What happens when we upgrade this? Draw 4 cards. It's not so big. Now, the Rampage card. 8 damage every time it's played. That seems pretty good to me. Plus, if I use it with that card that lets me select the next card I'm going to draw, which is Headbutt, then yeah, it's kind of a powerful combination. Alright, so he's going to use a buff. He's not attacking me this turn. So let's do a bash on him. He's going to be vulnerable, so he's going to take a little bit more damage. And we'll do the old headbutt. 18 damage there. He's still got a ton of health. There's no point in us drawing more cards at this point. So he's charging up. He's probably going to, yeah, try to attack for 32. And unfortunately, we don't have any defensive cards. So this makes him weak. So we'll drop that down. And yeah, this guy changes modes every once in a while. So that's good. So he's not attacking us now. And we'll play Rampage because if it comes up again, then it's going to be doing 16 damage. Alright. Sharp Hide, which means if we attack him, I think we take damage. Take 3 damage, yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to headbutt and take a little bit of damage here. I do want Rampage back because that's 16. He wants to attack me for 6. I'm not going to use my impervious card to just defend 6 damage, and just do a normal strike, and end our turn. So we did lose some health there. We're going to lose a little bit more. I think the bandage hasn't been drawn yet. Yeah, so that will get us a little bit of health back. We will do Rampage. Actually, let's do the Battle Trance, see if we can draw something that makes him weaker. No. Alright, so we'll do a Rampage. 24 damage now. But he's weakened. So next time Rampage comes up again, we're going to be doing even more damage. Infernal Blade, we're going to play it. Oh, that thing must have kicked in with Sundial. Yeah, every 3 times you shuffle. So we actually have a lot of energy to work with this turn. Let's play the Infernal Blade, see what comes up. Heavy Blade, 14 damage. I like the idea of that. It's got the potential doing 16 damage to us, so we'll drop down a couple defensive cards. That brings it down to 6 damage, and we will just do a single attack there. Of course, our block did prevent some of this damage. Okay, so he's back into attack mode now. It's under 100 hit points. If we do 40 more damage again, he's going to change a mode back to that defensive mode. This makes him weak and vulnerable. Let's do it. So 3 times 4 is 12. Well, we don't have any defensive cards, so let's see. I could do 7 or 6. I think I will do 7. And I'm going to end that turn. Yeah, so he's going to do 12 damage to us. Probably will have to play that Impervious card very soon. It only lasts 1 turn, that's the thing. Alright, I could do a Headbutt and hopefully pick up Rampage again. So we'll do that. Rampage, so we'll get that next turn. Actually, we could get it this turn. We do this. See how things stack up? Rampage on you doing 36 damage now. And he has shifted mode, so he's not going to attack us now. And guess what? I'm going to Headbutt again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up the Rampage card. Ah! Things are working out. Things are working out. Things sometimes don't work out, but when a plan comes together, it comes together. Alright, Rampage, 32 damage. Bam! You are KO'd. And that is the first floor. So we're going to pick up 97 gold, and we're going to add a card. Friend Far Exhaust your hand, deals 7 damage for each card you exhaust. Block no longer expires at the start of the turn. That could be useful. Deal 10 damage. If this kills the energy, gain 3 permanent hit points. That seems kind of intriguing, especially if I come across weaker enemies. So we have a chest here, and we get to choose from a relic. Tiny house! Okay. Obtain a potion, gain 30 gold, and raise my max health by 5. Also obtain a card. White Bee statue. Potions always drop after combat. Question card. On card reward screen, choose from 4 cards instead of 3. I'm going to take that. I like having that choice. Tiny house seems pretty cool, though. Alright, so we're at level 2 of the city, and this is the farthest I've made it. I've made it to the boss of the city, but that's as far as I've gotten. I think I'm going to take this route because we have a couple of unknowns. It's not all combat. Alright, so this guy has Barricade. He intends to block this turn. Block is not removed. So he's got 40. So it's going to take a while for us to actually crack him open and start to do damage to him. So I'm going to do a Battle Trance. And let's see, that's... Well, that's... Yeah, I'm going to just play that. We're not going to get the health upgrade, but I think getting 10 of his armor taken off right now would be a good thing. Alright, no point in playing Battle Trance again. I know I did that in previous turns. It's like, how come I not draw more cards? Because you can't try any additional cards, dummy. Let's headbutt him. We don't have anything we can draw from, so not much happened there, and we'll just do a standard strike. That brings him down to 15 and 20, so he's back up to 40. Plans to do 10 damage to us this turn. Well, I'm going to drop the Infernal Blade and see what comes up. Iron Wave, gain 5 block and deals 5 damage. I like the idea of that. And we can do a defend to defend against this 10. No point in using the bandage right now. I'm just going to do the strike. We'll end the turn. I need the cards that make him weak and vulnerable. They should be coming up very shortly. This is why you want to eventually remove cards from your deck, so you can start to build these strategies. Alright, he plans to do 20 damage to me. I'm going to make him weak and vulnerable. So that... Okay, and he actually has a skill that prevents us from making him weak and vulnerable. So yeah, we now have 20 damage possibly coming our way. I'm going to play the Rampage so we can start building that up. We'll end our turn. We're going to take 20 damage here, unfortunately. Darn it. Alright. And he plans to do 10 to us again. It's also made us frail, which means our blocking is not going to work so good for us. 8 damage to vulnerable. He won't get the vulnerable, but I'm going to drop this Iron Wave. Do a little bit of damage, get a little bit of blocking, and we'll do the bash. Alright, so if we try to make him weak and vulnerable now, it's going to work because his artifact status effect has gone away. Alright, 3 more turns before that's gone. That's going to be good. Headbutt. Going to do that so I can get my Rampage card back. No. Rampage card is back here. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to take a bash, I think. And what am I going to do now? I can headbutt again. I'm going to defend. So we're only taking 17 damage. Ouch. And yeah, we'll do the headbutt. And let's get headbutt back. Just have circular headbutts. Headbutts all around. Headbutts all the way down. 36 out of 80. This is only like the first bit of combat that we've done, too. That's not good for us. Alright, he's only got 9 health left. So we'll drop that on him. It's over. Thank goodness. 42. Add a card to our deck. We could flex, which is 0, but it gives us 2 strength until the end of the turn. Heavy Blade does 14 damage, so you can see where a potential combo could happen between those two. Gain 5 block and upgrade a card for the rest of combat. That seems more useful than a standard block, so I'm going to take that. Alright, let's move on to the mystery. Before you lies an elaborate shrine to a forgotten spirit. Well, I can pray and remove a card from my deck. Alright, so since I picked up that card that I said that was a better block, I'm going to actually remove one of these defense cards. Alright. Let's move on to the next mystery. 20th floor. Find yourself in an old, desecrated chamber in the center room. A large skull sits upon an ornate pedestal. As you approach, the skull bursts into flames. It turns to face you. What is it you seek? What is it you offer? Sequence final words. The door behind you slams shut. So I could get a potion. I already have potions. Gold. We're doing good for gold. I could get a colorless card. Let's go for that. Actually, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave and lose 4 or 8 health, which is not good. Potential campfire coming up. but I need to survive this combat here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. It says that it's the nature of roguelikes. Sometimes you're a slave to the RNG. Well, let's drop the rampage down, and hopefully we can get it to come back in. Might as well do the Infernal Blade. Thunderclap, deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Making him vulnerable is pretty good. We'll do a strike on him. Does a little bit more damage because he's vulnerable. So it looks like we have 20 cards. Suffer! So we have been hexed. Whenever I play a non-attack card, I have to shuffle 1 Daze card into my deck. And what happens with that, that means I have the potential of picking up those Daze cards, and that means that I have the potential of having unhelpful cards in my hand that I can't do anything with. So that's how that can affect us. That's only if we play a non-attack card, though. So I'm actually going to bash him and make him vulnerable. This is not an attack card. This is an attack card, though. So we'll do that. Got him down to about half health. What's he plan on doing now? So he's weakened me, so my attacks do less damage. He wants to do 21 damage to me. Well, we'll drop down, the bandage up. And I will actually do the battle trance. So I did pick up a Daze card there. Alright. Deal 5 damage to all, deal 6 damage. Let's do that so we can pick up a Rampage card, hopefully. There it is. Alright, and we still have 2 left. The cleave should be counted as an attack. And the strike. So he's going to do 21 damage to me, so I don't know. We have the potential of losing right here just to a random moot, but it is the nature of the game. Potential 13 damage there. Well, we can do 12. This makes him weak and vulnerable. I'm going to do that. Potential 9 damage now. Well, I'm just going to do the old Rampage there. And if we survive this turn and we get some good attack cards next turn, we might survive this. Maybe. Maybe. Uppercut does 9. Do that. And we've won. Back up to 14 health. A weak potion. You don't want that. Body Slam. Deal damage equal to your block. Now, we do have that card that gives us 30 block. Combine it with that. Seems like a good option. Hopefully, this is not combat. If it is combat, it might be the end of us. Scaling the city. You notice a wall covered in the writing of ancients. As you try to wrap your head around the puzzling symbols and glyphs, the writings begin to glow. Suddenly, the message becomes clear. Remove a card from your deck, or upgrade all strikes and defense. I actually like the idea of that. Alright, truth is always simple. Well, not going to fight an elite, that's for sure. I'm actually going to go here, and I'm going to rest to get a little bit of my health back. 38, it's not that great. Hopefully this will be beneficial, whatever this is. It's a chest, it's a red skull. While your health is at 50%, you have 3 additional strength. Well, our health is at 50% right now, so that might be the boost we need to kill whatever this is. Ooh, yeah, this is not looking good for us. We'll do the bandage. Body Slam. We don't have any block right now. Okay. Yeah, once these guys get the ritual on the go, I don't know that things are going to work out well for us. Alright, we'll bash this guy, make him a little bit vulnerable anyway. That's 9 damage. Alright, I guess we'll do our strike and end that turn. We're not going to take any damage this turn, but yeah. Maybe I should drop my potions. There's no point in hoarding them right now. Potential of 6, 12, 18 damage coming in. Tell you what. I'm going to drink this. I'm going to drop the battle trance. See what cards we pick up. Alright. Strike. Do another uppercut. Brought him down to 11. Strike. Deals 13 damage. So that will actually take him out of the fight. I could headbutt, or I could drop down these two defends and actually not take any damage. That's what I'm going to do. Now the thing is, since they have the ritual invoked, they're going to be doing more and more damage every turn, so we're racing a clock right now. Potential 18 damage coming in right now. I'm going to take armaments, and that lets me upgrade one of these cards. I'm going to upgrade this. Feed does 12 damage now. What about the Infernal Blade? Costs us nothing. Might as well do that. So we'll get that. We'll get a free attack. It's a pummel. Deal 2 damage 4 times. Alright. Might as well do it on this weakest guy. So you stand at 40. This does 10, which will bring him down to 30. I'm not going to worry about getting the extra health right now. So this does what? 9? So most we can do is 18. This does 6 potion. We'll poison that guy. Alright, so we're going to be eating 18 damage this turn. That's not fun. But we have the potential to survive this. Our strength has gone up since our health is less than 50. They have the potential 24 damage right now. Now, if I had that card that worked with this, that would be great. But I don't. This does 11 damage. Okay, so let's try to kill this guy to get rid of 12 damage coming in. Let's do the Battle Trance. Not the cards I was really hoping for. This does 12 damage though, so that straight up kills him. This does 10. That will kill that guy and also damage this guy, so that would be good. And yeah, I'm going to drop a defend, so we're not taking so much damage. And his strength is going to go up, unfortunately, again. And the poison's whittling away at him, so we might do it. We might. Let's make him vulnerable. Chance add a Rampage card coming back. Yeah, like that. And I can guarantee the Rampage card by doing this. By 16 makes him weak and vulnerable, though. It'll slow him down. 19 damage will kill him, though. So that's probably the better choice. Back up to 31 health, and we're going to lose 5 health, gain some energy, draw some cards. Clothesline. 14 damage makes him weak. Deal 5 damage twice. That's basically 10 damage for 1 energy. I like the idea of that. Okay. I'll have a choice between a treasure, and a treasure. I'm going to go this way because we have a rest area up here. What do we got? We have 82 gold and a pantograph. Started boss combat. Heal 25 health. That's useful. Not going to bother upgrading my cards here because I am hurting. So we'll just heal up. Let's see what our unknown thing is. It's chest. We have an oddly smooth stone. At the start of each combat, gain a dexterity. Dexterity improves your block. That's useful. We have a whole bunch of gold that we haven't spent in a while, so let's check this out. Visitor merchant. Secret weapon. Choose an attack from your drop pile, place it into your hand. Exhaust it. That could be good, especially with Rampage. This is on sale. Anger. I've used this before. It's pretty good. Infernal Blade. That one hasn't been upgraded, though. Yeah, let's do the secret weapon. I really like the idea of that. And is there anything I want to get rid of? I mean, these have been upgraded now, so they're a lot more useful. No, I won't get rid of anything. So we still have 168. What does this do? Start the combat with 10 block. Regular enemies are no longer in... Ooh, that could be useful. Poison potions. 10 damage to all enemies. Finesse, gain 2 block and draw a card. I see no downside to that. So I'm going to take that. And the anger, it's a 0 energy cost, but does damage, so I do like the idea of that. Alright, so we're facing off against a couple people right now. This guy wants to do 1 times 5 damage to me. Well, I'm going to get 3 blocked right off the bat, and I'm going to bandage myself up. I could body slam and do 3 damage, or I could actually take this guy out right now. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Watch this. So I haven't actually had the chance to do this. I've had this strategy in my mind for a while, but so 34 didn't quite do it. So I can headbutt though, and I could take body slam again, or I could take finesse. Body slam's not going to be so useful. Do another 4 damage to him. Plate wears off. He's not going to be out of combat this turn. So he's going to hex me. Yeah. So potential for those daze cards. Alright, I'm going to drop the finesse. That offsets this damage. So I want to try to prevent this 10 if I can. This gives me 6 block, and it upgrades one of my cards. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to upgrade Cleave. So it does 10 damage now. I'm going to play Cleave. That guy is now dead. So 10 damage, 9 damage, 9 damage. I'm going to do the 10 damage. We should take 1 damage from him. It's not too bad, considering how the other combats have gone so far. Alright, so he wants to do 27 to us right now. Well, there's nothing we can do to block that. So I'm going to do a bash. Makes him vulnerable. I'm going to do a rampage. And we're going to eat that 27, because there's no way around it. I could actually probably use some more blocking cards. Strength has gone up since our health has gone down. Well, let's do the secret weapon. And get rampage back. Oh, we don't have rampage, but I would like uppercut back. Because this makes him weaker and more vulnerable. That brings his attack down to 11. I could headbutt him, or I could defend, which will reduce the amount of damage that we got coming in. I'm going to defend, actually. Alright, end of turn. Potential some daze cards coming in. Hopefully it's not too bad. I could feed. Alright, let's do the battle trance. We just picked up a whole bunch of daze cards. Let's finesse. Another daze card, so you can see where this guy can be a problem, right? And actually that was pointless because we can't draw anymore since we already played this. Well, I guess I'm going to be doing an Infernal Blade, so I have no choice. This does 12 damage. We won't draw the card, but 12 damage is good. And 13 damage, 19 since he was weaker. And since we did feed, our hit points went up. What do we got? Drop Kick. Deal 5 damage if the enemy is vulnerable, and gain an energy and draw a card. Gain 1 vulnerable, deal 12 damage. Spend all your energy, deal 8 damage times the amount of energy that you have. Clash going to be played in every card in your hand is an attack. I'm going to take Whirlwind. Seems to be the most useful there. Alright, health is not good, so I'm going to go for the unknown, and hopefully it's a good thing. Nope, it's actually combat. Okay. He's malleable, which means he gains 3 block every time he's attacked. Plans to do 21 damage to me. I would like to save that and try to get that combo. Actually, let's drop the battle trance. There's the body slam. Alright, so we'll do this. Body slam. That has dropped his health down a fine bit. Strike does 12, that does 10. That would be 16. What do we have here? Body slam, nothing really good. So 16's the best there, so we'll do 16 to him. Alright, and that turn, we should be safe from damage for now. Unfortunately, the block's going to wear off here. We can bandage up, that's good. Let's see, 8, 16, I can do 24 damage, and that would be it. I'm going to play this, see what we got. Yeah, I'm actually going to play this, because he's not attacking us this turn. So, potential for some good damage there. So yeah, he's down to 6 health. Can't do anything else this turn, but I think that was the right play. Alright, we've been frailed, we've been weakened. He's only got 6 health, though. So let's just give him the old headbutt. Gain a little bit of health back. Got some gold. What do we have? We have Anger Plus. That's really good. Power Throw. Power Through. At 2 wounds. Gain 20 block. Or we could flex. I like the idea of being angry. Hulk Smash. Alright, so we gotta remember, we got that thing where we gain 25 at the start of the boss battle, and the boss battle is coming up. So I'm actually going to do a Smith here. Maybe the wrong call, but Twin Strike does 7 damage twice. What happens if we upgrade that? It does 40 block. 40 damage, or 40 potential damage in 1 turn. It's quite a bit. That does what? 14? What do I want to do? Battle Trance gives us 4 cards. This brings this down to 0, right? Yeah, let's do that. Being able to play a card without having to pay for it, my idea of a good time. So, yeah. Haven't gotten past this part of the game, so if we win this, everything's going to be new to me. We don't know what he's doing. He's artifact, so he's going to negate the next bunch of debuffs we do. I'm going to do a rampage at the start of the game, start of the combat, so that should help. Energy, not going to help us out right now. Well, we can upgrade one of these cards for the rest of the combat. Might as well upgrade this. There's no point in upgrading Feed, because once it's exhausted, that's it. Yeah, we'll do 10 damage to him. End our turn. So he's probably going to do like something like 50. Oh, no, he summoned a bunch of small guys. Potential 14 damage coming in. Well, let's see what our secret weapon is. Well, that's right. Did we have Rampage yet? No. Body Slam. That only helps with the block. Could spend and do 16. Yeah, and get Headbutt back. It's the thing, this guy is a summoner, so that could be bad all across the board. I want to drop through his ability to not be affected by status effects. So I'm going to do that end the turn. Might drop the energy potion very soon here. He stole one of my cards, and he stole one of my cards. Okay, that's fun times. Some of my best cards, too. They plan to attack me now for 16. Body Slam is now, it's not useless, but it's not as good. Let's see. Twin Strike deals 5 damage twice. 7 damage to all enemies. Well, let's just try getting rid of the main guy. We'll drop the Cleave. It's 10 damage or 9. He's going to take the 10 damage. Still have one more. We don't have any blocks, so I'm just going to do a strike on him, and we're going to be taking 16 damage this turn. It's not good. It's not good at all. That is the opposite of good. He's got strength now. Potential 20 damage coming in. Alright, let's drop one of these. And I'm going to drop this. Just get a little bit of extra block. Random attack card costs us nothing, so we'll do that. It's just a standard anger card. Not that exciting. Alright, well, do this. And do this. We'll drop down to defense. That gives us 12. We're still going to be taking 8 damage. And we're just going to be doing a couple of strikes by the looks of it. Alright, we can't do the battle trance because we've already played one this turn, so... Okay, so they're going to be protecting him. Are we under half health now? Oh, we got the bonus since it's with the sundial there. Alright, so let's do armaments. So we can upgrade something. We'll confirm that. Now, I'm kind of hoping we can pick up a rampage here. Oh, no. Well, this lets us draw a card, so why not? This lets us upgrade a card again. Well, might as well upgrade Anger. Get a little bit more block. No, we can't upgrade anything. Okay. Well, we'll just do that. And, well, we have 15 block right now, so there's a bunch of damage. End our turn. We're going to be taking 1 damage by the looks of it. Not too bad. 3 strength. 46 damage plus their damage. This could be bad. 10 damage makes them vulnerable. I have to drop... Alright, let's use the energy potion, because if we don't, we might be able to do anything anyway. Let's drop the 2 defenses. So that brings us... We're probably going to have like 3 health after this, okay. Alright, so we'll drop that. His artifact status is finally worn off. And we'll drop an anger. And that's all we can do. That is all we can do. Yeah, so we're going to be at like 2 health. Hyper beam. 3 health, sorry. Our strength goes up though. Whatever that does for us. Alright, so we can't take any damage. And I don't think there's any way for us to survive this. We can rampage this guy. He's down to 28. 16. Okay, so there's another 7. Twin strike, and then a strike. And that has unlocked impervious for us. But we can't take like any damage, so I don't know. I really don't know. This guy is stunned. He wants to do 26 damage to us. This guy wants to do an 8. Yeah. Well, we'll do the uppercut. That brings him down to 18 damage. We'll draw cards. Yeah, we're not going to survive this. We'll do another anger here. 15 damage, top this 10 damage, all entered. Yeah, that's all we can do. Alright, so that's the end of the turn, and that's going to be the end of this playthrough. Like I said, this top of the city is the furthest I've made it so far. The Spire consumes another. Alright, well, we should be able to see our stats. Climb 33 floors. I got an unlock as well. Killed 12 enemies, killed 1 elite, and defeated 1 boss. So what is the unlock? We've unlocked some relics. Negate the next 2 curses. Non-boss chests now contain cards. Shovel. You can dig for loot at campfires. Cool. Cool. Alright, so that is my first playthrough of Slay the Spire. Hey, if you liked what you saw, think about liking the video. Think about subscribing. See you next time. Have yourself a great day.